I'm seriously so hungry, but I'm going to try to make it through this video. Alright, so the topic of today's video is definitely something that I've wanted to talk about for a pretty long time, and it is because I feel like it's a huge misconception with YouTubers. I feel like a lot of people think that YouTubers are rich, which like definitely is the case. There is definitely some crazy rich YouTubers. But I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about my own personal experience. A lot of the times, minimum wage jobs pay more than YouTube, and I am not even exaggerating. At my level with 100,000 subscribers, I would literally probably be making more money if I put in the exact same amount of hours into working at McDonald's. And that is just the truth. Alright, so just a backstory on me. I've been doing YouTube for probably about 2.5 to 3 years. Currently I have just over 100,000 subscribers, and I am not rich by any means, not even close. I think a lot of people might look at that 100,000 mark and they might think like, once I get there, I've made it, I will be rich, I will have all this money, I will have all these brand deals, and it will be awesome. That's definitely what I used to think when I looked at people who had 100,000 subscribers. I kind of felt like that was a magical number. Now someone with 100,000 subscribers could definitely be making a lot of money, but I would say for the overall average YouTube user that has 100,000 subscribers, they're really not making a ton of money. So I made up a list here. I have 8 bullet points. I guess I've already talked about one, so let's get on to number 2. Alright you guys, so in terms of AdSense, it is not about the subscribers, it's about the view count. So someone could have 10,000 subscribers, but they could be making more than someone who has 100,000 subscribers. Because maybe one of their videos went viral, or maybe for whatever reason they just get a ton of views. So in terms of AdSense, in order to be making an okay amount of money that can sustain you, and this is definitely not enough if you're actually going to be living in like a city where rent is more than average, this amount of views is really only going to sustain you if you're kind of living like a pretty normal lifestyle in a normal apartment with roommates. Really nothing special. You guys, the reality is that you're going to need to be getting between 700,000 to 1 million views a month. So the reality, you guys, is that if you are going to be living off of just AdSense and you want to make enough money for the basics, you will need per month between 700,000 to 1 million views. And that is not an easy feat, you guys. It's actually pretty difficult to sustain a channel with 1 million views a month. Now mind you, if you have a really big channel or you just have some videos that go viral, you can definitely be making a ton of money, but that is definitely the exception to the rule. So my third point is about salary and how YouTubers make a different amount of money every single month. It's extremely difficult to estimate how much you're going to be making that month. You just really don't know because ads can be sold for this amount and that amount. So you can end up making an amazing amount of money that you're super happy with, and then the next month you can make literally half of that, if not less. So when you're working for a company and you're on salary, you just know how much you're going to make every single month. Even if you're working at McDonald's, you know, okay, I'll be paid $10.75 an hour. So if you're looking at how many hours someone works on a video in comparison to like how much money they're making for that video, you guys, 9 times out of 10, I'm getting paid less than minimum wage. So for example, I had a video do pretty well last week. I think it's at 32,000 views. It's a DIY Tumblr room decor, and I've only made about $35 on that video. I definitely spent more than 3.5 hours on that video. It's probably more like 10. So if you're actually gonna break down how much money I made every single hour, it's like $3 an hour, which is definitely less than a McDonald's employee. So yeah, in terms of AdSense, you guys, like it really just does not pay that much at all. I mean, for someone who's getting 100,000 views per video and they're uploading multiple videos a week, then yeah, they're making a lot of money. But in order to get to that level, it could take years and hundreds of hours of work, if not maybe even thousands of hours. So yeah, in terms of sponsorships, people can definitely be paid a lot of money. I've definitely talked to some girls who are at my level who have been given like quite a bit in sponsorships. But the thing is with sponsorships, you might only get one a month. It just honestly really depends. I know some people are kind of in the PR system, so whenever sponsorships come up, they might get email before other people. I feel like sponsorships really have a lot to do with networking, which is something that I definitely need to kind of put more effort into. I would say that I put the most effort into actually making videos, whereas AdSense really doesn't pay that much, so I feel like that's kind of a next step that I have to take. So people definitely get upset with YouTubers when they make sponsored videos, but the reality is like they literally would not be able to eat, live in a house, pretty much do anything without that sponsorship money. So another issue with sponsorships is that it can be really difficult to kind of know your worth. It's kind of crazy because a lot of companies who offered me sponsorships way back when, maybe when I had 50,000 subscribers, they're offering me the exact same amount when I've literally doubled my channel. So I would say that YouTubers who are working with smaller companies, they honestly probably aren't getting a crazy amount of money. The big amounts of sponsorship money definitely come from like those big companies that just have a lot of money to spare in marketing. So as with pretty much any profession, the people who are at the top of their game are definitely going to be making a lot of money, and that is the same with YouTube. The sky is the limit, which is why I absolutely love YouTube. It's like the harder you work, the luckier you get. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to explain to you guys that it is not easy to make money on YouTube. Do not go into YouTube for the money. You'd be way better off doing something else if it is just purely for the money. What a lot of people do is they create products and sell it through their YouTube audience. Now, even if you have a large YouTube audience, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna buy your product. Now, I definitely do not want to discourage anyone for becoming a YouTuber. I just kind of wanted to give you guys like the honest truth and some sort of a reality check, but like it would break my heart if I kind of made you guys not start a YouTube channel, because I believe 110% that it is the best idea that I've ever done. You can meet so many amazing people. You can connect with like thousands of people around the world, which is just insane. You do get to work with companies. Sometimes you do get free products, which obviously that's a plus. That kind of stuff is fun. And there really is a very, very, very large potential to make money. I just kind of wanted to show you guys and tell you guys that it's just not as easy as some people think. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here and you want to see some more videos by me. Alright, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!